Oh, it's live. Hello, everybody.
So, did you send you the link?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hey, Roy.
I'm in. I'm going to mute my mic so I can stay in the same room with you, possibly.
How's it going, Susan?
Hey, it's going good. How about you? Oh, I'm muted. I'm doing good. I had my mic muted so I could maybe be in the same room with Rory.
Sounds good. I just won't say anything and then won't confuse anything. Well, I can hear you really well this week. That's good. Yeah, my computer just needed to be restarted last week. It was angry. Nice. It's always nice when the fix is so easy. Yeah.
Get on that thing. Quiz. It's weird seeing you, Rory.
Why?
I don't know, just looking from yours. They can't see you from me, but I see the side of you. Well, how long should we wait? What do you think? 5 minutes?
Well, Michael just sent an email asking when we were meeting, and so I just answered him back right now and sent him the link again. Sounds good. But if John's not here, who's going to do the mind map? John's the mind map pro, man. Yeah, I was excited to not have to worry about it. Maybe I'll research it right now. There's Michael.
Everyone?
How's it going?
Oh, you know, just living the dream.
How's it going, Michael? mute while I type a bit.
Excuse me.
Bless you. Or you know you're presenting, right?
Yeah, I should have just put it up. All right, Stephen, just let us know when you're ready and we'll get started. I know you're working on that mind map thing.
Yeah, good to go, yep.
Okay, you good to go, Michael?
Almost. I'm just pulling it up now.
Okay, just let us know. No hurry.
Oh, good, there's John. Hey, John.
Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to pull up the Connect website and have a little bit of a hard time doing that.
No problem.
Here we go.
Welcome, John.
Looks like I got here just in time.
Hey, John.
Okay, ready to roll.
Okay, how about John? You good to go?
Yep, I'm ready.
Okay. Which of the following is a primary use for national income accounts?
I put to measure changes.
Yeah, me too.
Are you good with that answer?
Yep.
Good with that.
Okay, number 2. GDP is the market value of...
I'm putting on all final goods.
Me too.
I agree with that. To avoid multiple counting in national income accounts.
Only final goods and services should be counted.
That's correct.
Subtracting the purchase of intermediate products and supplies from the value of the sales of final products determines the amount of...
Surplus or deficit from the economic activity, right?
I put value added from the economic activity.
I did too.
Yeah, I did value added as well.
The only reason I was thinking surplus or deficit is because it's not always going to be positive. It subtracts the purchase price, you could be spending too much.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is one of those questions that I lean toward value added just because that was a concept that came up in the reading, but could easily be something else.
Mm-hmm. words value added were used.
Yeah. Value added seems to make more sense than this. I might just like how it's worded, but I think it is value added.
Okay. I agree.
Works for me.
It's really a bad distractor. Okay, the two ways of looking at GDP are the
Expenditures and income approach.
That's what I got.
Yep.
The GDP deflator or price index equals I had to look this one up because I didn't know, but I came up with the nominal GDP divided by the real GDP. It was an alternate calculation on one of those pages.
I got the real divided by the nominal, but maybe I got it backwards.
Okay, did I leave my iPad with you? Or I left it over there?
Yeah, I'll get it.
I'll do nominal divided by real.
Yeah, I'll look it up again just to make sure. Thank you, sweetie.
Works the same way as a correlation index multiplier.
Okay, so under an alternative method, in the section nominal GDP versus real GDP, under alternative method, it says price index equals nominal GDP divided by real GDP.
Awesome. Let's go with it.
Hard to argue with.
Okay, the base year is 2005, and the GDP price index in 2004 is 92. This implies that
2005 were higher than 2004.
Good, that's what I got.
That's what I had too.
Yeah, agreed.
Yep.
In an economy, the total expenditures for a market basket of goods in year one, the base year, was 5,000 billion. In year two, the total expenditure for the same market basket of goods was 5,500 billion. What was the GDP price index for the economy in year two?
Should have been 110.
That's what I got.
I got that too.
And I guess I should have said 5 trillion, but my mind doesn't work that fast.
That's what it read.
Yeah, that's a funny way to write it.
Okay. In the data above, year 4 nominal GDP. This one tricked me for a while. I spent some time on it because I was trying to figure out real GDP, and I was like, I'm doing this right, but the answer's not there. It's because it's asking for nominal GDP. So I came up with 90.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
This group quiz was tougher.
Yeah, for sure.
The what?
I just said this quiz was harder than the other ones we've done so far.
Oh, yeah, a little bit.
A lot. I just didn't find the information organized in a way that was usable and accessible.
Well, I think this is the first week that's really new information. The last couple of weeks have been a review of microeconomics.
Yeah, that's
and
what
a lot of the general concepts that go between the two of them. And I think this is the first week we branched off into actual macroeconomics. So,
Good call.
okay. Nominal GDP differs from real GDP because
Real GDP results from adjusting for changes.
Yeah.
yeah, that's what I got too. Okay, the following are incomes earned but not received by the nation's households except
I put transfer payments.
I did too, because they're not earned. It's not income earned. It's benefits paid out by the government, but they've made a point to state that they don't use those in GDP, and that they're not. It's because it's not income.
I don't know about earned. It's not earned. It says that the question is the following are incomes earned.
Except transfer payments.
No, not that.
Everybody else agree?
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Personal income will equal disposable income when?
Personal taxes are 0.
I agree.
Fun money.
Yeah.
Now the problem is the only time that personal income taxes are 0 is when you don't make much income.
That's right. You don't have any anyway.
So we should want to pay a lot of taxes because that means we made a lot of income.
Or when you're dead. I mean, death and taxes are the only two certain things in the world, right?
Yeah. GDP does not include which of the following activities?
Couples remodeling.
That's what I came up with too. It seems the best answer, but you know, my wife and I remodeled our home, and we can tell you we contributed to the GDP. Okay, GDP excludes most non-market transactions, therefore GDP tends to.
Sorry,
It's burnt, but I'm gonna make more.
So I had underestimate the amount
Underestimate. Yeah.
of production in the economy.
Production. Yeah, me too.
Okay, the underground economy is mostly made up of.
Tax evasion.
Yeah, that's what Susan thought too. I agree. After she told me why.
Although I like the words illegal activities.
That's
Well,
what it makes you think.
It made a point of that illegal activities is not it. It didn't really tell us what it was, but the examples that they gave were all tax evasion activities.
Yeah.
Under reporting tips and things like that. I don't know if I agree with this question though.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I put illegal. I thought in the PowerPoint it talked a lot about illegal activities, but I mean, you could possibly do tax evasion without being in the underground economy. Maybe. Is that right, or am I wrong?
Yeah, you're right. It's people who underreport tips and those sorts of activities.
Yeah, the PowerPoint specifically said that the underground economy can include a lot of legal activities, but it's people trying to evade paying taxes.
Gotcha. Okay, perfect.
Which kind of makes it an illegal activity, but
Yeah, isn't tax evasion activities illegal?
yeah, I don't know.
Depends on who you ask, I guess.
If you're libertarian or not.
It's still illegal. Okay, which of the following is included in the expenditures approach to the GDP?
Spending on meals.
Yeah, I agree.
I got that one.
Yep.
The value of corporate stocks and bonds traded in a given year is?
Excluded.
Excluded.
Net exports is a positive number when?
A nation's exports of goods and services exceed its imports.
I agree with that.
Agreed.
Okay, national income is the sum of employee compensation, profits, and the following items except.
Depreciation?
That's what I came up
Yeah,
with.
I think so.
And number 20, 1 year nominal GDP was 286 billion, and the price index was 88. the real GDP that year was
325.
325?
Yep.
Amen.
okay. So tell me how you guys came up with that, because I came up with 252.
It's the equation real GDP equals nominal GDP divided by price index.
All right.
How did you come up with 252?
I multiplied the 286 billion by 88%. So my thinking was flawed.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's 325. Good to go there.
Okay.
Okay, but I have a question on 19,
Okay.
and it's probably just my memory. I keep reading about consumption of fixed capital. When does that ever come into play?
It was one of them.
It's the GDP minus consumption of fixed capital is the NDP, right?
Yes, I think so.
That's net domestic product.
I just remember it has to do with investment, but it sounds like you know more than me.
It just kept coming up in the questions, and it was tripping me up. But I think I'm seeing it that the national income is all income earned plus taxes on products and imports.
Mm-hmm.
So that makes sense that it's got to be depreciation.
And then, so net domestic products, the GDP minus consumption of fixed capital.
Hmm.
All right, so we good to submit this?
I think so.
100%.
Success.
Everybody give a big high five.
2 weeks in a row.
All right, got a lot of crazy words this time.
All right.
It's hard.
All right.
Do you guys think these mind maps actually help us?
They don't help
Maybe
me,
slightly.
because I don't look at them. No offense.
No, I don't look at them either. I
Nope.
make them and then I turn them in and I forget them. But
I think mind maps work like on essays when you're trying to break up how you're going to put it together, but for this, it's not really helpful.
I feel like it would be really helpful as a study guide, like to reverse engineer what you read before you read it, or maybe give you some sort of breakdown, like this is how your learning is going to look by the end. But after the fact, nope.
Well, it could be that when I'm studying for the exam, I'll go back and look at them, because I tend to remember okay the week I'm working on something, and then the next week I totally forget absolutely everything I learned the week before.
Don't you think a mind map this time will look a lot like the circular flow revisited?
Yeah, maybe that thing was horrible. I couldn't even understand it.
I honestly think that I've been so conditioned to learn or run through study guides and stuff like that by outlines and in that particular format that a mind map just looks like a block to me.
Well,
You got one more in your account, John. You good to go for tonight? There he goes.
yeah, and I guess I can always just use a new email address and I can just keep doing it. Doesn't matter to me.
that sounds awesome.
That works for me.
Cool.
You
Matter.
you can use my email address.
That's right. Everybody just give me their email. All right, so what do you want to do?
Should we just start with a big fat GDP in the middle?
Sounds good.
You gotta break that out into real and nominal.
Yeah, nice. And we could do income and expenditures. Or income approach, expenditures approach.
Coming out of GDP.
I think so, yeah.
Okay. I don't know if that's the right way to spell this.
I don't know if this is the right format to put it in, but next to nominal and real, respectively, should we put the equations just in shorthand of how to calculate it from the other one? I don't know how you would represent that in a flowchart form. Pardon me, a bubble chart form.
Okay, so you're saying try to find a way to present how nominal and real are calculated from each other.
Yeah. Their relationship is all through price index, and price index is
Seems like maybe price index would come off of real, but I don't know.
What if I just did price index floating in the middle?
yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
And then just had it pointing to each of these. Like that? And then have it pointing back the other way too? What do you think?
That looks good.
Mm-hmm.
And good.
Michael's good to go.
What are some of the other keywords?
We have income approach, expenditures approach. Is that what you mean by income and expenditures underneath there?
Yeah, I can clarify. We can break these down a little bit. What are the 5 things that are in income?
Wages, right?
Wage, rent.
Yeah, wages, rent.
Proprietor's income, corporate profits, taxes on production and imports,
Okay, and then expenditures had
consumer purchases of goods and services, gross investment spending by businesses, government purchases, and net exports.
what was that third one you said?
Government purchases.
There we go.
See, this might actually be useful to study from for a test, because I probably won't remember all of these down the road. Still not the most fun.
Yeah, I do feel like this material was a little bit better suited for something like this.
How do we put national income here? Or net domestic product?
Yeah, where would national income go?
National income and personal income would go under NDP, but
So NDP is net domestic product, or is it is GDP minus consumption of fixed capital?
right. Depreciation.
Right.
So have it coming off GDP.
Yeah, that sounds good.
NDP.
Actually, you could have a bubble that says minus consumption of fixed capital, and then the next bubble be NDP.
Nice.
I like it. It's looking snazzy. My snark is please tell me to shut up.
That's looking good.
And we could have a little shoot off that says like personal income, and then disposable income.
Off of which one?
That's what I'm trying to think about.
It should go under NDP, right? National, personal, and disposable.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's the way that it comes up in the meeting, at least, just taking a look back at it.
Okay.
Nice job.
Okay, so we need to put something between, because like disposable income is an offshoot of personal income. So if we tie it to personal income and then maybe put a bubble between that says minus
Minus taxes.
taxes.
And what if we did like, well, I was going to say to do the underground market, but that's not included in GDP, is it?
It's
Right.
not.
So that would almost need to be like a bubble off by itself
Mm-hmm.
Floating in space.
with non-illegal tax evasion.
You should do it.
I will. Anything else that is not included in GDP?
Yes.
Second
just
hand
do-
sales.
Well, that's part of the underground, but public transfer payments.
You said, well, what was that one?
Public transfer payments, which is like Social Security, welfare, veterans payments.
Nice. about imports and exports? Where would that go? The net exports or net exports?
It's off the expenditures approach.
Oh yeah, you've already got it, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Sweet.
Oh yeah, net exports. You could put a couple little bubbles there and put import export.
Just off of net exports.
Yeah. Because it's basically exports minus imports.
Imports, yeah. Good idea.
That's looking pretty good.
Yeah, we're starting to get the hang of this thing. Y'all okay with this one?
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
good.
It's fine by
Okay.
me.
Looks good.
Well, I'm going to share it.
Excellent.
Is that working?
You got it.
Yeah, looks good.
Sweet.
Thanks, John. Thanks, team.
No problem. Good job, guys. Another week successful.
Should we talk about it next week? You know what? I can pop on if you're not up to it, really.
Yeah, well, I'll tell 'em. So next week I'm having surgery on Wednesday. So Susan might be taking over for me on Thursday. I don't know. We'll see how I feel.
That's good. Good luck.
I can do this in bed, so you know. But she might do all the hookup and.
Yeah. The only concern I have is he's going to be released on Thursday, and hopefully it'll happen early enough we can get home and pop on.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Thanks, you guys.
Thanks a lot. Good job.
Thanks, John. Another awesome job.
Thanks.
Thanks, guys. See you later. Good luck, Rory.
Thanks. Appreciate it.